James Madison won the game 48-45. Up next for SMU will be Saturday against East Carolina at Ford Stadium. That will be a 4 p.m. Eastern time start. The game will be televised on ESPN News. Coach, thank you for joining us on the call. If you could just take a minute to tie up the game against James Madison, please, and tell us what you expect to see as you start conference play against East Carolina, please.
Yeah. Well, just obviously disappointed in the loss. Thought our energy level the first half wasn't near what it's been in the first 3 weeks. Thought we played better in the second half. Obviously, we've got some glaring weaknesses that we got to continue to develop and to address. But I was very proud of the way the players fought to the final play of the game. We still had a chance to win it. We were down by 10 with 6 minutes to go in the game and scored 14 points. And had a lead with 2:05 to go in the game and couldn't sustain it. So got a very talented East Carolina team coming in, and the great thing about this is that our conference starts and our conference record 0-0, and we just got to be able to play one game at a time. But we got a very talented opponent that's coming in here, and we've got to worry about SMU and continue to get better and address some of the areas that we got to address.
We'll take questions for Coach Morris. Please hit *1 on your telephone to join the queue. The operator will introduce you.
We'll go first to Dan Tortora with Dan Tortora Broadcast Media.
Hi, Coach. How are you today?
I'm doing well.
To go back into that James Madison game, the winning drive for the touchdown with 27 seconds left, just what you saw from your defense and what are some of those, now that you've been able to go back, changes that need to be made with a game that's that close and like you said, a opportunity to win that you gave up late in the game?
Yeah, I mean, that was probably the most disappointing thing, is that we didn't get them in a third down situation at all in that last drive. And it was just entirely too easy, and that's some areas that we got some deficiencies that we're trying to cover up and move guys around, and that's just been a glaring weakness, and it just hasn't started this past game. It's been most of the year, and so we got to continue to try to bring some guys along and maybe look at pulling some red shirts off some guys. We'll do some personnel changing this week, but again, that was the most disappointing thing. That it was just we didn't get them in a third down. We didn't have a chance. We didn't give ourselves a chance to make some things happen. Right now, you're almost having to be perfect at times. We had several opportunities. It just didn't come down to the last drive. Like I said, our energy level was not very good in the first half, and we had some opportunities offensively, and we were unable to capitalize on them. But this team is improved, and we'll continue to work to get better.
And then, as you said, maybe some personnel changes, taking red shirts off, allowing 48 or more points defensively in 3 or 4 games. What are some of those positions that maybe you're looking at your personnel and saying, moving forward, that it might be time to mix it up a little bit?
Well, I think we've looked at. First of all, we've played a pretty tough non-conference schedule. So, matter of fact, I'd say we played one of the toughest in our conference, without a doubt, one of the toughest in the country. I mean, James Madison was a really good football team. But obviously in our secondary, we're struggling at linebacker. So those are some areas that we're really looking to address and try to see what we can't do, make some moves. And we're trying to hold some red shirts on some guys, but at the same sense, we just can't keep giving up the big plays, and that's been the key to the losses that we've had the last couple of weeks. We've won the turnover margin, we've won the penalty battle, but we keep losing the big play war, and that's one of the things that's killing us right now.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate it.
Uh-huh.
And we'll go next to Ronnie Woodard with the Greenville Daily Reflector.
Hey, Coach. When you were at Clemson, I mean, it's somewhat close to East Carolina. I mean, are you pretty familiar with either Coach McNeil or East Carolina, kind of coming into this year, or no, not really?
No, I'm very familiar with Coach. He's I've known him for a long time when he was out at Texas Tech and recruiting some of our players when I was coaching high school ball in Texas. So I know his staff. Matter of fact, I was on the Tulsa staff that came up there his first game, and they beat us in the last second Hail Mary. And so no, I'm very familiar with Coach, and I'm very think very highly of him. He's got a great reputation, very well respected in this profession, and I think he's definitely a guy that stands for all the right things, and appreciate who he is and what he stands for.
Okay, gotcha, cool. You mentioned y'all's schedule, and ECU is played at Florida, just played Virginia Tech. Do you feel both of these teams are pretty battle-tested, and now you're kind of hitting that grind of like you mentioned, conference play, and almost kind of, you've played some really good teams, and now you kind of have to shift to winning conference games, really, for both teams?
I think so, without a doubt. I mean, obviously they've played a tough schedule, and so have we. Both records are 0-0. I don't believe they've played a conference game yet either, and so this will be their first conference game. And so I think, I think right now at this stage in the game, the preseason's over with, and now you go to the second part of your season, and it's what you're going to do in this part, and all you can do is one game at a time. And we're excited we got them at home, and but we also know that we've got a huge challenge ahead of us.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
You bet.
Coach, we thank you for your time this morning. We look forward to talking to you again next Monday.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, and then Coach Chad Morris from SMU. Again, the